At Discount Tire, we know your time is valuable. Get 30% shorter average wait time when you buy and book online. Did you know Discount Tire now sells wiper blades? Check out our current deals at DiscountTire.com or stop in and talk to an associate today. Discount Tire.
Let's get you taken care of.
If you've been struggling to fall asleep or stay asleep, try listening to a guided meditation tonight on the Sleep Meditation for Women podcast. Meditations are a natural, easy way to quiet your mind and relax your body so you can get the sleep you need. Every night, Sleep Meditation for Women provides a new episode, from body relaxations to guided visualizations and even dedicated sleep sounds. Listen for free now by searching Sleep Meditation for Women on your favorite podcast player and begin sleeping better tonight.
This is Optimal Finance Daily, episode 2355, Getting to the Root of Your Anger by Rosalyn Palmer of rosalynpalmer.com. And I'm your host and personal finance enthusiast, Diana Merriam. Welcome back to another bonus Sunday episode. This is where we get to hear from one of the other shows in our podcast network, and today's comes from Optimal Relationships Daily. So with that, here's Greg as we optimize your life.
Getting to the Root of Your Anger by Rosalyn Palmer of rosalynpalmer.com. In my book, Reset, I openly admit to being angry, often in the past, and even breaking things when I reached a boiling point. Recently, I had occasion to get angry again, something I hadn't done for a long time. It made me look at this emotion. I tell my clients that it is a secondary emotion. This means that we tend to use anger as a dynamic shield to protect us from the primary emotions fueling it below the surface. You can learn to identify these primary emotions by recognizing what you felt immediately before the anger kicked in. Usually, these will include the likes of feeling fear, being hurt physically or emotionally, via harsh criticism, for example, finding offense, or a feeling of being disrespected, trapped, or frustrated at not being able to get what you want. In a therapy session, I spend a lot of time working out with the client what these underlying trigger emotions are. So, back to me reaching boiling point recently. Well, as someone going through menopause, I would say in my defense that this is closer than it used to be years ago. In truth, I realize that anger is part of the human experience, and I now say to myself, I am angry because I am feeling insert underlying trigger emotion here. In this case, it was hurt. I am feeling hurt because I feel, dig a bit deeper, let down, and I feel let down because ... This allowed me to see that this was part of an old pattern. Another way to gain clarity in any situation where you become angry is to ask yourself, what is it in me that becomes angry at this person or situation? And also, what is it about this person or situation that makes me angry? This is because it is easier to change yourself and your reactions to people and situations than it is to change the external world. Tempting as it may seem to retire from the world and live on a desert island, I have actually tried this, and the truth is that you always take yourself with you. Self-evidently, it is a good idea to remove yourself as much as possible from trigger people and situations, but this may not always be entirely possible, as we live in families and communities and work with others. So, here is a useful exercise that you can do anytime you are angry. Ask yourself the following questions. What am I angry at? What is it about that which makes me angry? And what is it about that which makes me angry? Let's take an example. Someone at work makes a hurtful comment about your appearance. What am I angry at? A remark about my appearance. What is it about that which makes me angry? I feel that I am not valued or seen for who I am. And what is it about that which makes me angry? If I am not valued for who I am, then I am being reduced, disrespected, not valued as being enough. What is important in this exercise is to keep personal language about the other person, or shoulds and oughts, out of the answers in that second column. So keep it to, I feel that I am not valued for who I am, rather than he, she should value me for who I am. This pushes the problem onto them and stops you from looking at what you bring to the situation. You can, if you want, notice that the third set of responses in the right-hand column could be drilled down even further as underneath it all is a primitive fear of being annihilated, either through rejection or fatal harm. As you know, we are hardwired to avoid such situations, and our bodies can easily kick into fight or flight mode. This is really unhelpful and unhealthy, as it will flood your body with cortisol and cloud-clear thinking. So an added tool in your #MindHack toolkit to get you away from the anger boiling point is to then ask yourself, what else could this mean? Sticking with the example of the hurtful comments about your appearance, then this could also mean, for example, that 1. The other person has different values which govern how they think people should look. 2. The other person has your best interest at heart and wants you to realize that how you look sends certain signals which you may not want to send. Again, this is according to their values, perhaps, or it may be useful feedback for you. 3. The other person did not think before they spoke, and it was of no significance to them. It may have even been a poor attempt at humor. 4. The other person was simply being clumsy and did not intend to hurt you, etc. Just realizing that your first response, that will be triggered by our primal instincts and your own early experiences, to the person or situation, isn't the only possible explanation that allows you to calm your body and mind and choose how and when to react. You may, having thought about it for a while, concluded that the other person is out of line by making such personal comments, and that this cannot be ignored. However, you will then take your power back, as you can choose when and how to address this, rather than being like an angry bear stung by a bee. You just listened to the post titled, Getting to the Root of Your Anger by Rosalyn Palmer of rosalynpalmer.com.
Did you know that even if you have health insurance, you could still be overpaying for your prescription medications? Before you fill your next prescription, just checking GoodRx may help you beat your copay price. GoodRx is the fast and free way to save up to 80% on the price of your prescriptions. All you need to do is search for your medication on the GoodRx website or app and show your discount at the pharmacy counter. It's that easy. Not to mention, GoodRx doesn't just work for new prescriptions. It can help you save big on all your refills too. You know how much frugality means to me and how many ways I try to save, but never before have I seen a way to save on prescriptions. I've really loved GoodRx. It's extremely easy even for the older members of my family that I've recommended it to. So for simple, smart savings on your prescriptions, check GoodRx. Go to goodrx.com/OFD. That's goodrx.com/OFD. goodrx.com/OFD.
And what a wonderful post from Rosalyn today, an extraordinarily dense post, as this methodology is both extremely simple and extremely effective. The few questions she's listed that we can ask ourselves, as well as the quick theorizing about what else could be meant by someone's comments, makes for a very fast process, and a process that can be applied to any uncomfortable situation, not just anger. What it does is help you to break from the primal instincts that Rosalyn mentioned, these needs for protection and self-defense. When we can instead look within ourselves to see what's underneath these feelings, as well as theorize about what's underneath the words we hear from someone else, the less than helpful patterns that we have to immediately go to battle dwindle away. And once we are in the habit of reminding ourselves of what's underneath the quick words and quick reactions, we become much more understanding, not to mention compassionate, of ourselves and others. So don't miss an opportunity to put to practice what Rosalyn has taught today. That is it for now, though, my friends. I appreciate you being here today and sticking to it till the end. I'll be back with you again tomorrow, as I am every weekday. Be sure to come on back and listen then, where your optimal life awaits.